It was 2:13 a.m. when my phone buzzed with a motion alert from the backyard. Groggy, I opened the app, expecting another raccoon. Instead, the screen showed Lisa, the HOA president, in a garish zebra print swimsuit, clutching a wine glass and leading two friends through my backyard gate like she was hosting a gala. She smirked at the camera, winked, and said, "Private pool, my foot." One friend, hauling a massive inflatable swan, tripped over the garden hose and flattened my roses. Then Lisa, self-appointed keeper of Maple Grove standards, cannonballed into my pool at 2 a.m. This wasn't a prank. It was the start of a nightmare. A week earlier, I'd found a strange towel draped over my pool chair and muddy footprints by the water. I blamed local kids at first, but something felt off. I'd worked overtime to build that pool, designed it myself, and landscaped the yard around it. It was my private oasis, not a public park. Yet, that towel screamed trouble, not from kids, but from someone bolder, someone who thought rules didn't apply to her. Lisa had been a thorn since I moved to Maple Grove. 2 days after I settled in, she showed up with a clipboard and a fake smile. "Welcome to Maple Grove. I'm Lisa, HOA president. Your mailbox isn't the approved color." That was my hello. She'd since fined me for a disturbing lawn statue and cited me for visible garage door grease. She carried a tape measure to check grass length. But my pool? That unleashed something feral in her. She'd linger by my gate, muttering about shared resources. Once, I overheard her say, "It should be for everyone." By everyone, she meant herself. I tried to stay civil. I reinforced the gates, installed cameras, and trimmed hedges so she couldn't complain about sightlines. But Lisa didn't care. She wanted my pool, and the night she waltzed in with her entourage was the last straw. Her friends splashed like kids, blasting music, while Lisa strutted onto the diving board, a sparkly towel tied like a cape. "Maple Grove Queens rule," she shouted, belly flopping so hard my flower beds flooded. I recorded everything, every splash, every trespass. I didn't sleep. I edited clips, backed them up, and marched to Lisa's house with a flash drive. I stayed calm. When she answered in a fluffy robe, I handed her the drive and said, "Watch this before your HOA meeting." She shut the door without a word. I thought shame might stop her. I was wrong. 3 hours later, a notice hit my mailbox. An HOA complaint accusing me of negligent gate security and failure to ensure aquatic accessibility. She turned her break-in into my fault, even billing me $275 for a safety evaluation her friends supposedly conducted. The nerve was staggering. That afternoon, she called a snap HOA meeting, excluding me. I knew her game. She'd spin me as the villain, a non-compliant neighbor. A decent board member, Sarah, tipped me off. Lisa was pushing to declare my pool a shared recreational space under an old HOA clause about collective wellness. My jaw hit the floor. Sarah explained that Lisa was twisting a vague rule to claim access to anything nice in Maple Grove. I stared at my pool, my sweat, my sanctuary, and knew logic wouldn't stop her. I needed something unforgettable, something she'd slip on. Literally. I recalled a chat with a special effects buddy about a stunt gel used in water shows. It looked like water, dissolved safely, but made surfaces insanely slick. They called it slippery sapphire. Standing by my pool, picturing Lisa's trespass, I grinned. It was time to turn this HOA horror into a legend, legally, safely, and poetically. The next morning, another envelope arrived, this time with flyers screaming, "Are you safe? Toxic pools threaten Maple Grove." A blurry security still, cropped to make my yard look like a shady spa, was plastered on it. Lisa had spun her crime into a neighborhood smear campaign. A neighbor frowned at the flyer, misled by her lies. I considered posting the full footage online, but held back. Lisa thrived on drama. She'd twist any backlash into harassment. I had to be smarter. That afternoon, Lisa paraded past my yard with 2 lackeys, Tina and Mark, her compliance crew. They snapped photos of my hedges, measured my mulch, and scribbled notes without permission. When I called out, Lisa smirked over her sunglasses, just keeping Maple Grove safe. I watered my roses, seething quietly. Days later, I learned she'd copied my gate key during an earlier invasion. While I was out, she'd partied again, leaving wet footprints, wine cans, and a half-eaten cheese tray floating on a swan raft. My speaker was soaked, my lights broken. She even tossed a thumbs up at the camera, yelling, "Thanks for the hospitality." I called the police, but they called it a civil matter, without clear no trespassing signs. The officer suggested signs and shrugged. Furious, I drained and scrubbed the pool, finding a tub of homemade glow spa mix under the skimmer, handwritten label, reeking of rotten lavender. My chemist friend, Emma, warned it could clog filters or breed bacteria. Lisa was either sabotaging me or deluded. Another HOA fine arrived, $300 for post-party mess, with a photo of her trash. The HOA office shrugged when I demanded answers. Lisa knows the bylaws. I dug into the HOA charter and found her loophole, a 1994 clause about community amenities for group well-being. But it required written owner consent, which I never gave. My lawyer friend, James, reviewed it and grinned. She's bluffing. She's liable for trespassing and tampering. He drafted a cease and desist letter, citing her violations and footage. But I wanted more, humiliation to match her smugness. At the pool store, I overheard clerks mention slippery sapphire, a safe, biodegradable prank gel. I bought a trunkful, grinning like a kid. For days, Lisa went quiet too quiet. I checked cameras obsessively. On the fourth night, she returned. At dusk, she crept in with Tina and a new accomplice, Wendy, toting wine. Lisa, in a monogrammed sequin robe, unlocked my gate with her stolen key. I watched live from my darkened house, having parked my car away to fake an absence. Lisa waved dramatically. "Welcome to Club Maple." They set up like it was a resort, blasting music and spreading snacks on my table. Lisa ditched her robe, revealing that zebra swimsuit, and climbed the diving board. The water shimmered with slippery sapphire unnoticed. She dove headfirst. Chaos erupted. She hit the water, tried to stand, and skidded like she was on ice. She grabbed the edge, missed, and splashed back in. Tina slipped, launching a float across the pool. Wendy flailed off the ladder, shrieking. Lisa grabbed a swan raft. It popped, sending her sprawling. The Bluetooth speaker fell in, sparked, and died. They screamed like banshees. Wendy scrambled out, slipped on the patio, and crashed into a chair. I laughed so hard I cried, every angle captured on camera. Lisa finally crawled out, mascara streaming, clutching the deflated swan. "This place is cursed," she yelled, nearly slipping again. They fled, stumbling like cartoon villains. I rewound the footage, cackling. By morning, a 10-second clip, likely from Wendy, hit the internet. Maple Grove HOA boss meets karma. It spread like wildfire. Lisa showed up at my driveway, fuming. "You could have hurt someone," I replied coolly. "It's legal, safe, and documented. Trespassers don't get to complain." She noticed my new porch camera and stormed off, silenced. The video went viral. A creator dubbed Lisa's robe a tyrant's cape, and memes exploded, her slipping, captioned, "When you forget private property exists." Maple Grove buzzed. At an HOA meeting, Lisa tried to spin it as a misunderstanding, but someone played the clip. Her robe's monogram, Lisa Q, President, sealed her fate. Laughter drowned her excuses. Her credibility vanished. Sarah brought me Lisa's latest complaint, a back sprain and trauma from the slippery pool, plus bills for her speaker and robe. James added it to our case: trespassing, defamation, fraud. A neighbor, Tom, revealed Lisa's bigger scheme: pitching Maple Grove homes for luxury rentals with shared attractions like my pool. An email she'd accidentally sent Tom confirmed it. I dropped it at the HOA office. Chaos followed. 2 board members quit, and Lisa was suspended. She sued me for defamation and malicious booby-trapping. The judge, unimpressed, dismissed it, noting she'd manufactured her own humiliation. Maple Grove celebrated. Neighbors thanked me. One couple brought cookies, calling the video comedy gold. My pool's mine again. But Lisa tried one last stunt. She applied for a job at a Pine Hills condo complex, using a photo of my pool as her community feature. James sent the firm the slip video. They rejected her, joking, "Your video was a staff hit." Lisa's reign ended. Sarah became president, declaring private pools off limits. Maple Grove bloomed, painted fences, wildflower gardens, and a dragon-shaped library booth. Sarah suggested a pool party, my choice. I agreed, with a sign. Invitation only. Lisa excluded. We laughed, ate, and swam. Lisa watched from her curtains, a shadow of her former self. She later faced charges for stealing HOA records, caught on clubhouse cameras. Her empire was dust. One morning, a crate of 37 middle-finger garden gnomes, identical to my find statue, appeared in my driveway. Lisa's petty goodbye. I posted a photo online. Clearance on bad vibes. Neighbors shared their own Lisa horror stories, free at last. Months later, a friend spotted her applying for a pool job in Pine Hills. I didn't warn them. Some lessons are best learned the hard way. Now my pool sparkles, my gates lock gleams, and Maple Grove thrives. Lisa's gone, not physically, but her power is. My yard's a sanctuary again. Proof that boundaries matter. The slippery sapphire didn't just trip her, it showed her the truth. And when I sip coffee by the water, I smile, knowing justice sometimes comes with a splash.